Hello, welcome to Business Avenue, your portal for relevant tidbits for your career in business. My name is Edmond Jamna. In this episode, we are going to talk about outsourcing, why there is the need for a business or an entity to outsource. Okay, so day in, day out, we normally rely on third parties to discharge certain services for us. So you have an electrical fault in your house, you call on a technician to rectify it for you. Your car breaks down or develops a fault, you consult a mechanic to have them fix it for you. All these services could have been done in-house, but for some reason you decide to fall on other people or other entities to discharge those duties for you. So a business might fall on an air conditioning technician to install air conditioners, to maintain and service them, instead of employing somebody to have them do it as part of their job setup. Okay, so outsourcing is when an individual, normally called a principal, delegates a component of their activities to a third party who is normally an agent or a contractor to discharge those duties for them or supply them with the goods. Okay, now this job could have been done by the principal himself, or for some reason best known to them, they decided to fall on the services or goods on third parties. Outsourcing is very essential because as a business who is a principal, it is not always the ideal situation to have certain services or components done in-house. Some jobs are best outsourced, okay, based on certain factors which I'm going to go through very soon. Also, as a business, looking at it from the contractor point of view, you need to be able to position yourself by the factors that we'll be discussing very soon, so that you'll be on the radar of companies for you to be contracted to deliver certain services. The more you are contracted, the more businesses you get, the more revenue you rake in, and the better chance you stand in growing your business to the level that you dream of and even higher. So let's go into the details of why companies outsource and the factors that they consider. The first is the knowledge. So when entities or businesses don't have the needed knowledge in executing the task at hand, they resort to outsourcing. So you are a dentist and you need accounting services, so you fall on maybe DW Consult to have that service discharged for you. Okay, so as a business who is a contractor, you should be able to have the best of knowledge in the field that you are in. You shouldn't be doing the services by chance, so that you'll be attractive for entities to rely on your services and get diligent services done. Okay. The second is the requisite skill. Now, an individual or an entity might have some basic knowledge about the job at hand, but might fall short of the level of skill required for the job to be executed well. For instance, if a enterprise is an entity that deals in domestic electrical repairs, and there's a job at hand, or maybe they put up a building for their head office and it requires full electrical installation to be able to connect it to the national grid and enjoy electricity. Now, the knowledge that they have falls short of the requisite skill, so it will be prudent for them to outsource to a company that has the needed expertise to get a job done. So again, as a business, you should always be on top of your game, be abreast with the changes in the industry or the knowledge that is related to your field, so that you will be indispensable, and for entities who even have some basic knowledge about the job that you do to fall on you and get expert advice and knowledge. The third factor is cost. So in certain situations, you might bear or incur more cost in discharging certain duties in-house than outsourcing it. So assuming you need the services of an accountant to prepare financial statements, which is done once in a year. So if you employ a staff, it means that you're going to pay the person for times that their services are not going to be required. Another instance too is that when you employ somebody to simply maintain your air conditioners and have them repaired, which is going to come about maybe once in a month or once in a quarter, it means that you're going to incur more costs with respect to paying the individual for both services done and services undone. Meanwhile, if you had outsourced it to an air conditioner technician, you will only be paying them when they come and discharge their services, which is going to be cheaper. Also, because as a principal, you do the job on the smaller scale, the cost you're going to incur is going to be more. You don't stand to benefit from discount on your materials. But for practitioners who are in the field, they do it on the large scale. They have a large base of customers, so they can afford to do the job relatively cheaper than you would have done it. Okay, so as a contractor, you should be able to work around in getting your prices competitive to attract entities in outsourcing their businesses to you. Okay. The fourth factor can be timing. So when the entity wants to focus all the time they have on a limited aspect of their business, which might be the core base of their entity. So they might deem it fit to outsource the support services for them to be able to focus their attention on the job at hand. The next factor will be infrastructure or logistics. Let's look at this scenario. You produce spices, okay, and you have gotten a building in a prime location which is suitable for you, but the space that you have gotten is not large enough for you to accommodate all the components of your business or all the departments of your business. So you might want to keep those that are essential in-house and then outsource the ones that you cannot keep in the space that you have gotten. The last component to consider is risk. Businesses would want to free themselves of the downside of executing or delivering an activity. So if an entity wants to bring a refrigeration team in-house and there's a situation where they are supposed to fix air conditioners on their building and have them maintained and repaired, and the air conditioner falls down in the process of installing it, the entity will bear the responsibility of getting another air conditioner and having it fixed. But if it is outsourced to a third party, what the principal will be concerned about is the job being done and they enjoying the services. Okay, so folks, this is where we are going to bring this episode's lecture to a close. If you have any feedback for us, do well to drop them in the comment section below and it will be properly addressed. Also that, don't forget to click on the red subscribe button, click on the notification bell by it, like and share. So we'll come to you again on another episode. Take care of yourself and stay blessed.